I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
All right. Well, I am excited to have you on here. Let's get right to it because we got a lot to talk about. I know you're busy, man. You got a big tour and all that fun stuff. So let's get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. Another edition of Discover New Music. Joining me today is Danny Rocco, but you know him better as his stage persona, his name, the guy out there that's getting everyone attention. Des Rocs' new album, To Hell and Back, is officially out now. Dropped this past Friday. And do you prefer Des, Mr. Rocs, Danny? What do you prefer?
Please, Mr. Rocs is my father. You can call me Danny, or you could call me Des. Or
well, I'll go in between, but good to know, and give your best to Mr. Rocs, if you will. So, let's first let me say congrats on performing on Kelly Clarkson.
Thank you.
How was that for you? I mean, I know that's you're with the studio, you're with Kelly, you're doing that, but then you realize, wow, this goes out to a lot of people, bigger than an average venue. How was that experience for you?
Yeah, it's super fun, man. I love doing stuff like that. You know, it's always cool to get to expose your music to people who would otherwise never listen to you, and it's such an invaluable opportunity, and I'm extraordinarily grateful for it.
Yeah, man. Well, you did a hell of a job. It was fun to watch. I was checking it out while I was doing my prep for it. And I like to tell people, and getting to know you over these years, and now with this new album out and seeing you, you know, bigger shows, bigger tours, experiences like that, you're, to me, a performer's performer. And what I mean by that is it doesn't matter if it's in a room with 10 people or 10,000. Boy, you go for it every single time. Where did that come, that energy? And I know every performer is different, but just as soon as you plug in, have you always been that amped and wired and ready to go?
Without a doubt. Like, I've played so many venues to like 6, 7, 8 people in a bar in the Lower East Side, doing that exact same thing, but doing it to crickets and taking a big swing and missing, because like that is the mission statement of Des Rocs, is to always go for it, to always take the biggest swing, to always dream as big as possible, for better and for worse, and to just fall a billion times before it connects with anybody.
I love it. Back in your early days when you were 13 and playing in basements and bars, and look, it's paid off, buddy. It's paid off.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's really miraculous to kind of sit here with now a little bit of hindsight and think about how much I didn't fit into anything for so long and how not even good I was for so long. I think I'm like the Jalen Brunson of rock and roll music. You know, I just kept going. People would say, you don't sing well enough, you don't play guitar well enough, and it's just all, man, it's all heart.
Well, look at you now. All the naysayers can suck it. That's what I say. All right, well, let's talk the new album because it's out now. You're living in it, and I always think it's interesting, especially someone in your position, because you handle so much of it. I know you got your friends that come out and play with you, but when it comes to writing, producing, the creative side of things, you're so involved. And up until the actual release, it's really on you, and you're internalizing, you're maybe reworking, doing this. Now that it's out in the world, it's out in the ether. Does it feel different? Are you relieved? Are you anxious? What's the feelings now that it's out in the world?
You know, it's a really complicated question because you run the range of so many different emotions when you put out music. For me, I will say this: after working on it for so long, the accomplishment is really on finishing it. You know, the accomplishment is on getting those final masters back and then replying approved. You know what I mean? That lengthy back and forth from the earliest stages of writing to demoing to recording to mixing to mastering. That's when the accomplishment is. On release, it's out of my hands, and I've learned to be very stoic about it. Like, it is what it is. It's gone. I used to get really hung up about releases, but it took me a couple of years to kind of come to peace with it.
And come to peace. I love that answer, because if anyone listening, maybe you're not indifferent. It's not that you don't care, but you've put the product together that you wanted, and now you're just hoping at this point it resonates now in the world now with the listeners and the fans to come.
Oh, for sure. And also, I think in the early days, you had this expectation that like your whole life would change if you put out a great album. And that's just not how it works today. Like, I think if you put out Stairway to Heaven right now, it would have 212 views on YouTube. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like recognizing like, yes, it is what it is, but I'm going to leave it all on the court. I'm going to get out there I'm gonna knock on every single door. I'm gonna annoy every single person I could possibly annoy and broadcast from the top of the mountain like what this is. And as long as
Yeah,
I go to bed every single night thinking I did everything I could possibly do to get my music out there that day, then I'll be happy. Then it's out of my hands.
I
But I'm
love
not gonna just release it and just kind of like go to the beach and you know what I mean?
it.
Like that's where like the slight element of stoicism comes in, saying, I
Yeah,
know I did everything I could today
I,
to
lo-
get to
I
occur.
I love your attitude, man. I think that's great, and I think a lot more musicians kind of need that take on it. You brought up Zeppelin and Stray Away, which kind of leads me into a question that I was going to ask later on, but what better time than now? So this, your sound and the sound of this album more specifically, because that's what we're talking about, To Hell and Back, which again is out now, and the song you performed on Kelly Clarkson's show is really what kind of drove it home for me, because to me it's a mix of Zeppelin, and I'm talking about the album as a whole and what you bring to it. But a mix of Zeppelin, that song in particular, I almost heard a little UFO in there, some Wolf Mother Hendrix, a lot of your inspirations, your peers, your influences, which I know you have a lot, a real eclectic group, but it kind of seems more of a back to the basics in a sense of what came before where we're at now, the Zeppelins, the Orbisons, the Elvises, because in a day and age of having a rap verse and then a scream into a breakdown, which that's fine. I love all that stuff too. Your sound and bringing that in kind of back to that basics. What kind of drove you to make that kind of album, that influence sound album, if you will?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm tremendously influenced by so many different artists. I'm kind of like a rock and roll kitchen sink. You know what I mean? I'm like everything just kind of chucked in and filtered through my own weird, unique life experiences. That's what makes it different. That's what pushes the art form forward. But to kind of strip things down to very like digestible elements, man, there's just so many rock bands today that are perfectly good bands, but like I just can't distinguish them from any other contemporary bands. And a
Mhm.
lot of it has to do with the artistic intent behind the project, which is to like very much fit into a pre-existing mold. And for me, it's like I'm gonna paint with all the colors of all the things I love, but I want to take all that, synthesize it, and make something very new and unique and stand on the shoulders of giants as opposed to just trying to replicate any one such thing.
Yeah, I love it, man. Well, it really is, and I'm excited to dig more into this album. And we've got a little taste with a couple singles, but now that it's out, and we can, was it 13 tracks on there?
11 tracks,
11
yeah.
tracks, 11 tracks on there. There's a lot for us to enjoy and dig into. Another track on there, which I think was everyone's first taste. It was the song "This Land." I know we played it here on JJO, and that was the official theme song for Borderlands 4, which is now, I mean, fourth in this series of a very popular video game, highly anticipated. The gaming world can be a little mean or maybe a little unforgiving. So I think the warm reception, more than warm reception you got, has been pretty nice and opened you up to a new sect there, huh?
Oh, it's the coolest thing in the world. Again, like reaching fans who I ordinarily would not reach.
Mhm.
It's such a valuable opportunity, and to really like show what I do, like to really, because like this land is kind of like Des Rocs concentrate. It's like a distilled version of Des Rocs. It is just like 3.5 minutes, like just a punch in the gut fastball
Yeah,
right down the middle, you know? So I was like, this is a couldn't be a better introduction. Like
yeah.
if they use like a really sad ballad, I think, oh, maybe this isn't the best full representation of who I am and what I do. But
Mhm.
no, for it to be that song was phenomenal.
I love it, man. And again, just cool to kind of get into that totally different world and a totally different group of fans that expands the Des Rock army, if you will. And that actually kind of, you said something there that that song is a great, like, hey, you want to know what I sound, or you want to get just a condensed, a punch in your gut, like you said. It leads me into a question I always used to ask: do you have a favorite track on the album? And that's always a tough one. So this is how I word this now: an alien comes down, and he has time to listen to one song off this album, off this new album, To Hell and Back. All right. Luckily, you have a CD player there, a nice pair of headphones, and you're going to pick one song for him to listen to before he goes back up to his spaceship. What song off this album are you going to grab?
Probably the Riders of Red Hook, Legends Never Die. That's a fifth song on the album, and it is just like I just feel like no one's making music like this today, and I would love to show the alien that song.
I love that. I love that. Again, he's going to go back, and the world. I forgot to mention the world depends on it, whether or not they're going to attack. So I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be a
Oh,
good
they would be scared of that one. Yeah. Yeah. I
like,
think,
totally like crazy down there, man. Don't go down there.
yeah.
We talked a lot about, and kind of you being so involved in this album and all of your albums. Cause again, going back to 13-year-old Danny down there in those basements, those bars, just clawing and scratching his way to the top and getting that music out there. We've had now again, third album, some EPs in the mix. Was there anything on this album that maybe stood out, whether in the writing process, the recording process, the mixing, that maybe was different, good or bad, or maybe both with this album?
Yeah, there's a song called Supernaturalize on the album, and there's also two songs that are really more like ballads called The More She Wants and Sing Me Back to Sleep. And part of you thinks like, oh, I can't do that. That's not Des Rockian. That's not this. That's not that. And then I think just always reminding yourself that the most important rule is that there are no rules
Yeah.
and that anything you want. I kind of front loaded this album with a lot of the ballads because I want to highlight those songs. I don't want to bury them as track 9, 10, 11 like a lot of bands do. I want tracks 9, 10, 11 to be the epic grand finale to the album. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I want to create dynamics and I want to take you on a journey and I want to traverse lots of different territories and make something that is like exciting and diverse and interesting to listen to and not just sonically fatiguing or homogenous. And that's really the mission statement of this record.
Do you find it harder to sit down and write a ballad as opposed to a punch in the gut rock song?
No, the ballads are far easier than the riffs because a ballad, all you have to do is just speak about how you feel. If I asked you, like, how are things going today? You
Mm-hmm.
could just say it and you could just talk it. And the ballads are very easy for me to write, actually, in a strange way. It's riffs that are far harder because so many amazing riffs have been done with the same six strings for
Yep.
100 years. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
like you are really playing with like the big boys. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's tough. It's like if somebody said to you, okay, you have to only make mafia movies. And it's like, wow, Martin Scorsese's made a lot of great mafia movies. Like, it's gonna be tough to make a mafia movie that pays homage to that, but is
Yeah.
also different. And you know what I mean? Like that's what's
Right. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Well, I tell you what, I'm so excited for you, man. And again, to everyone, To Hell and Back is officially out now. Go get it. And you're going overseas. You got a big chunk overseas, don't you?
Oh yeah, we got a Europe tour coming up. Got a couple
Awesome.
festivals as well, and yeah, it's gonna be a busy year.
I love it, man. And final two questions before we get into rapid fire. Now that everyone knows To Hell and Back is out and they need to go get it because we got nothing but great things coming with Des Rocks. I need to know, one, where you got the leather jacket made that you are wearing for this, because it's a mix of Elvis, Andrew Dice Clay, and the Outsiders, and it's very impressive, Des.
Thank you so much. I make and design all my clothes with an incredible person here in New York City named Amber Doyle, who is almost like a band member at this point. We spend hours and hours and days sitting in this studio here in Queens, New York, going through history books, textbooks of fashion movements through all over the world and rock and roll history, and thinking just like I do with the music, how can we take this? How can we update it? How can we drag it kicking and screaming to the 21st century and really re-inject fashion into rock and roll?
That's I am blown away. I thought maybe like, I found like a cool vintage store in the boroughs and I bought it, and it was no. So that is from your mind, and obviously the lady you're working with, and that's from you. That's your creation.
Yeah, every square inch of every
Love it.
outfit is sketched out with me and my designer. Yeah.
My gosh, that is so cool. That makes it even better.
They all tie into the music.
Yeah.
They all have symbolism that relates to the lyrics in ways that are sometimes pretty abstract, but they're all
Yeah.
very significant and personal. Yeah.
I love it. Just made you even cooler. Last question, because I know probably better than anyone, the key to a good, stylish 21st century pompadour. Is it a waxy hole? Do you spray? I mean, your hair is fantastic. And is for those just listening, he just busted out something, and I want to see what. Oh,
It's all very much in the comb, and it's important that the comb is a fine tooth comb, not just like a regular comb.
gotcha.
Comb is very important.
By the way, again, for all our listeners, switchblade comb he just busted out, and I'm in love. I'm in love.
I always have a comb within arm's reach. I have about 50 combs at any given time. They're pre-stocked in every single jacket and pair of jeans. And I think the key to a good pompadour is maintenance throughout the day. So you take a little bit of something, just in and out, 2 seconds, comb, leave it. You know what I mean? It's not lots of products, not anything. It's just growing the hair the right length and maintenance.
Just keeping an eye on it. I love it. That's good. Fantastic. Because you don't want to overdo it. You want to look like you care, but you don't care. And I think that's what.
If it takes you more than 20 seconds to put it up, then it's not natural.
It's not natural. I love it. Well, there you got it. This was so much fun. Now that we got all the important stuff out of the way. What's that?
It's like writing a song. Like you can't overthink it. You got to just go with your gut, And
it'll work out and it'll look good. I love it, man. Well, now that the important stuff is out of the way again, to hell and back, Des Rocs. It's out now. Let's do rapid fire. There's no wrong answers to this. You go with your gut. Actually, first, real thing too, because you are from the beautiful island of Long Island, in Nassau County. I was trying to look up some Long Island slang, but it's such an eclectic group there. I do want to know, could you tell me what SPK is?
I have no idea what that means. Okay. I moved out of Long Island when I was 18 years old. So yeah.
It was, I looked up and it was salt, pepper, ketchup. And I'm like, is that a Long Island thing? I don't know. Yeah. For a sandwich or something?
Yeah, definitely salt, pepper, ketchup. I mean, egg and cheese, bacon, egg and cheese. Like that's what I grew up on. And that's also also very much a New York City thing too, where I am.
Right. Prickle over, right? Because I know there's always some infighting amongst the New York, New Jersey, Long Island kind of area that everyone's very prideful where you come from, which is, it makes sense. There's a lot of history and a lot of that there. So
it's an incredibly diverse and complicated place, because I grew up in the shadow of the city. I grew up 35 minutes outside of Manhattan. I grew up taking the train to Manhattan or Brooklyn several times a week, playing shows, but you don't live in Manhattan. City, even though we're separated by 15 miles, are a completely different breed.
Right.
I grew up like fetishizing the city, looking at the city. I mean, literally from my studio right now, this is my whole life's view.
Holy smokes. Look at that.
My whole life's view is just spent staring at this thing and worshiping it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
I've lived here for 15 years. It's just like a different kind of thing,
I tell you. Well, now I know that salt, pepper, ketchup is a thing. So we'll just keep that in mind next time.
I got something. Yeah.
All right. Let's go with whistle solo. And again, this is either or. Whistle solo in Winds of Change or in Patience.
Winds of Change.
Very nice. Sneakers or sandals?
Sneakers.
Billy Ocean or Billy Idol?
Billy Idol.
Yeah, I like that. He just performed not terrible. Still sounds great. Looks great too.
He still got it.
Would you rather see Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster?
Bigfoot.
On a scale of 1 to 10 for attractiveness, where do you put Bugs Bunny dressed as a woman?
10 out of 10.
10 out. See, me too. Let's give him credit. He looks good. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
Duck-sized horses.
See, that's a smart bit. You start kicking, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Can't climb up.
No. All right, last one. Choco Taco or Flintstone Push Pop?
Choco Taco.
My man. All right. Thank you for humoring me. More importantly, Des, thank you for talking new music. To Hell and Back is out now. Go get it. Be safe on your world tour, and we look forward to seeing you soon, man.
Thank you for having me, brother.
With the switchblade comb to send us out. Awesome.
Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Brock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.